Welcome back, barbarians, to another Destiny 2 video. Today I want to do a weapon review on a sudden death. Now, recently a bunch is aggressive, but the original Destiny 2 Year 1 Trials weapons got brought back into the game via the Prophecy Dungeon. So, the role I have here, Slide Shot, Wellspring, Reload Masterwork, nothing too great here. At all. It's terrible by any means, but there's a lot better roles out there. And we'll go over the perk rolls on that and how it's acquired exactly. So as I mentioned, the Prophecy Dungeon is where you acquire this, but more specifically, I don't know if it's going to change week after week, but right now the final boss drops the shotgun and the pulse rifle. So that is where this weapon can be found. It does drop with random rolls with a selected perk pool. Now, right off the bat, this is a weapon that, even when it was around before, never really saw much play in PvE. I wouldn't really worry about it too much there. But more so in PvP is really where you want to get a good roll for. It is an aggressive frame shotgun, so something to keep in mind. It does hit pretty hard. For some reason, I was struggling with the aim on it in some Crucible matches. But as you can see, the rolls here, Grave Robber, Threat Detector, we've got, I forget what that third one is, Slide Shot, Pulse Monitor, Surplus. You're really either aiming for Slide Shot or Surplus. Pulse Monitor is okay, that was on the original one as well. So any of the bottom three for column 3. Barrel, Full Choke or Barrel Shroud as usual. Really the last column, you want anything except Wellspring or Surrounded. My personal favorite would either be Frenzy or Elemental Capacitor in that slot. But something like, in PvE, I think Wellspring is fine, without a doubt, but I'm just not particularly going for that role. The curated role would be okay with Snapshot, that wouldn't be too bad. But my personal god role would probably be either Surplus Elemental Capacitor or Slide Shot Elemental Capacitor. I just really enjoy that perk. It gives us so much handling, which I really like. I know you have to use an arc subclass, but yeah, I don't mind on any character I'm playing on. So yeah, something to keep in mind as you're grinding for this. You're unlikely to get a terrible roll, which is kind of good. The perk pool is pretty limited on this weapon. So yeah. All right, so we're gonna take a look at some PvP gameplay and jump right into it. Here I'm playing some freelance Iron Banner. I greatly appreciate that freelance is in the game. I decided to pair this shotgun with Ace of Spades. It really, as most shotguns do, this can pair well with really any weapon that you want to use as your primary. I personally like energy slot shotguns a little bit more than kinetic shotguns. That's just kind of a personal preference and a weapon pairing thing that I've found I enjoy more. So that's why sudden death for me ranks higher up there than it might for most. But I do think it is going to be one of the better shotguns moving forward. It's going to be in the game quite a long time, so I do think it's worth going for that god roll. And the Prophecy Dungeon by no means is difficult at all. So that's something to keep in mind as well. So definitely go out and get yourself a roll for this. Even if you don't play PvP, again, with any weapon I try to get a god roll, or at least a roll I'm happy with, should it come back around or I change my mind later and want to use it. So pairing it with the Ace, and I equipped the Stasis subclass as well. My only, and I don't know what it is about the shotgun, I don't want to say issue, but I'll say issue here, is when I was zooming in the Crucible, it felt a little bit strange. I don't know what it was, just missed all my shots there. That's okay. We're going to clean that guy up. Don't know what this Titan's doing. That was decent range for damage on that shot, on that guy down below. I've got Memento Mori perked. Trying to keep my distance, just play safe. We've got a lead, but nothing crazy by any means. So I'm going to rotate around. We are triple capped, so really trying not to die. I missed that shotgun shot. There's two guys behind me. I'm trying to rotate through. I do have shotgun ammo. Get a pretty good super there, fortunately. Then we rotate up to C where I know they're spawning. There's a guy right to my left. Yeah, it took me too many bullets to kill him there. I think I even had shotgun ammo. Now, something I did wrong in this game was the roll I got specifically on this weapon came with poor handling, and you really, like, I live for handling. I don't know what I was doing here. So I equipped Dragon Shadow Exotic on the Hunter just so I could have a little bit more handling with the weapon. However, with that additional handling, I kind of forgot to use it. So Dragon Shadow, after you shade step it, of course, increases the handling and reload speed of all your weapons. So it feels really nice, but I just didn't seem to be using it to its full potential, which kind of sucked. But in some later games, none of the ones I recorded, of course, I did end up playing much better with it once I figured out, shade step first. And because I'm using Iron Banner armor for the added bonus, none of it had perks on it, so my mobility was like 50. So I wasn't getting my shade step back to activate Dragon Shadow perk as fast as I would have liked. Now here we rotated into some Rumble gameplay, and I make kind of a comeback here. I missed my shots, so I deserve to die there. Ace perk out to keep my distance. Even though it's a shotgun video, I'm never one to just pull out my shotgun aimlessly if it's not necessarily needed in a fight and just challenge my opponent blindly. Thankfully, he didn't decide to come Thunder Crash me. And I really, the perks I have are Slide Shot and Wellspring. Wellspring, of course, on kill, giving me back some of my ability energy. However, I don't even utilize the Slide Shot perk all that well in this gameplay, so it's kind of unfortunate. I go for a lot more aerial shots. Again, I just missed right there, point blank. So I think it's something to do with the recent addition of the traction. They changed like the traction mod. So, and I haven't really changed my settings since the season's been out, so I need to do that. But I do believe I get a couple shotgun kills here at the end. In this Rumble game, I almost made a comeback. I ended up dying right at the end, 19-19. I think I died here too, which is sad. He was weak, and that was the frustrating part for me. My biggest downfall for this weapon is the handling. It just felt like it took way too long to pull out. So my god roll would be probably Barrel Shroud or Full Choke in column 1. Column 2, it would be, we're gonna go Accurize rounds. Column 3 is going to be Slide Shot, and column 4 is going to be Elemental Capacitor with that handling masterwork. Screw range just completely. I need that handling masterwork, so pretty important. That was a decent range shot there. 18-18, cleaned him up. This guy's in the distance, going to go for my shots. He's not going to re-challenge, or so I thought. So now I'm getting shot from behind. Challenge this guy, see what happens. Cleaned up that kill. I was like, oh, I need one more. I can get that guy. And I missed. Wasn't able to pull it off. I did not have the Dragon Shadow perk active at that time, but oh well. So overall, really good PvP shotgun. Highly recommend you getting your hands on it. If nothing else, it's just a new shotgun again, and it feels refreshing to have. So thank you guys so much for watching. Greatly appreciate it. Make sure to drop a like on the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Just as Zavala is second to me. In a free-for-all, you can't win every time. Fight again.